Welcome everyone, Dr. Thor here, and another little cheapo thing I got off of eBay. I'm not sure exactly who manufactured this, but it has the markings of being something from either Warren or so-called Dr. Moldar, who makes very cheap junk. So we've got this circuit board. It's not really copper through and through. There's a circuit board underneath it, and you have to, which means it doesn't work well. You have this so-called stick plate or out plate, and I guess there's he had something extra from a home product. I was fixing my trailer and I found this stuff. Let's put it on this machine I'll sell. Now, I got this for around $125 because it supposedly had some marks on it. They wanted more for something like this, and certainly there's probably about $15 in parts in this thing. It's all junk. The inside is poorly wired with cheap thin wires that tend to break up. You've got your two dials on the side here. Now, you can always tell a person doesn't know what they're doing because when they put dials, well, there's no marks on here. How do you know the calibration of it? There's no numbers. There's not any marks. This is very typical of what is done, particularly by Warren and Dr. Moldar, the stooges of radionics. You've got your on and off switch. And again, I could show you the inside of this. It's all non-electric and so forth. But that's very detailed and takes. That's for the Patreon members, the All Access members, and we're going to eventually open all of these and look in them, or I should say, show you what's in them. I've seen what's in them, and go from there. But, you know, that's technical stuff. I'm not sure anybody really cares except for a small group of people. But, you know, if you're a real radionic person, you know this, and you're interested in, you know, what is this? So this has fake circuit boards inside, the usual crap, some other things he thinks that are powerful. It's got your usual, this is a little plastic box, what is it, about 6 inches by 4 inches. You've got your typical plastic Radio Shack instrument box. These are traditionally used, but, you know, the usual cheapie as you can possibly get. So, and as I said, everything about this unit is very low quality. And if you think you're going to get results by buying technology from people that don't know what they're doing and getting boxes like this, all of this are not effective. The bottom line is that radionics has a science to it. Radionics does have an advanced understanding of the way they're made, and making things correctly and having flow problems is critical. And if you're going to get something that's symbolic, you need to make sure you get the right symbol. A lot of these symbolic images out there are not correct, coming from people who claim they are. They're junk. They're not right. They're not electronically proper in terms of flowing of energy in general. So when you get stuff like that, and here's another with the tiny little wires people put in here and all the things they do that really mean nothing, you're getting into what are nothing more than psychic amplifiers, and we're losing what radionics really is. Now, if we stay with this kind of silly everything, the machinery means nothing, well, we're going to be stuck in a pretty bad reality. And of course, that's where most people are at. They move away from what radionics is, what makes it work. And they get into their want to make money on crap stuff that they think they know what's doing by doing bad research. None of these people are trained. And unfortunately, where do you go for training? Well, certainly none of the guts are talked about when you go to any of the radionic schools. Only IGOS talks about that. So if you want to see the guts and everything else of this and many other units, of course, this is for Patreon All Access members. It's a very inexpensive way to support this kind of research. But, you know, these things aren't free. As I said, I think I paid $125 for this. Where do you think that money comes from? If people want this industry and you want to see what's going on out there. Now, the empowerment of radionics, just like so many other alternative areas, is highly suppressed because they want you to buy garbage like this, plain and simple, because it means you will fail, and that's the whole idea, and you will be dependent upon regular society. But here again is one of these kind of goofy little units with goofy stuff inside, with no credibility whatsoever. These people are not trained. They don't know what they're talking about. If people really wanted to know something, they would be part of IGOS, at least going to our schools and trying to figure out what radionics are and listening to my numerous lectures. But this just shows the ignorance. But, I like the window stuff. Yeah, my trailer needs some of this too. I think I'm going to go out and get some. Until next time.